Hello, this is Ángeles Rodriguez. I'm a vocational education teacher in the electronic department. Nowadays, I'm not working in CLIL, but in this video, you can see my proposal for CLIL. I have designed this proposal to work in setting up microcontrollers. The learning outcomes I have taken into account are related to the use of English and to the subject itself. As you can see on the slide, the one related to the use of English is this one that will help me to improve my students' communication skills and speaking skills using English. And the one related to the subject is the learning outcomes number 5, which deals with the configuration and setting up microcontrollers. To develop this activity, I have designed different stages that you can see in this video. First, a warming up activity, then some practical activities, and finally the assessment. To work with the warming up activity, I have designed 4 different stages because I want my students to work collaborative and I want them to use English as the main language. This activity will help me to create different groups because I want my students to work in a mixed group. I will use gamification and performing for this warming up activity. Each student will receive a piece of paper with a part of a motivational quote, and by interviewing the rest of the classmates, they will find their teammates. Once they have found their teammates, they will create a performance to present to the rest of the class, so they will have to guess what this motivational quote is about. Once the group has been created, we will work into the activities to build a prototype. To do this, we will use the scaffolding process, and we have defined different activities that we could see in the next slide. First, we have a research, and they will have to use the critical thinking abilities to find information about how to build a prototype. Then we have the develop stage in where they will use the thinking routines to create the prototype. And finally, the configuration and the feedback and test. Last but not least, we will talk about the assessment. I will assess my students using core rubrics. I will create a questionnaire or survey that my students will have to answer, and I will use a self-assessment, peer assessment, and teacher assessment. This is my proposal, and I hope you like it.